The election is over. I'm sure that was generating a lot of traffic for you guys. BuzzFeed's getting into politics.
Yeah. That's we just started probably I guess 11 months ago. We started politics vertical.
Yeah, pretty serious stuff.
Like, the website in the last year has grown like so much. I mean.
Yeah, no. When I started working at BuzzFeed, we had 11 employees.
Yeah, and when I started, it was 40. And now
170 or something, and it's like insane. We're opening up an LA bureau and like all this crazy shit. And it's just like
that's awesome.
It's crazy.
And you're doing more things like your immersion journalism to the hobo convention. Can we show this?
That's my favorite thing. Yeah.
60.
So yeah. So there is a national hobo convention where all the hobos every year gather.
Those dudes still exist,
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere.
And there's a big difference between a hobo and a homeless person.
Yeah, like you can't call, like the people on the street in New York City aren't really hobos.
They're not hobos.
They're homeless people. Or they could be tramps. There's all of this terminology. Tramps are people who...
It's a deep thing,
Hobos are people who travel from place to place and find work and kind of support themselves, while tramps are people who like go somewhere and they'll like beg for money or like just kind of like be...
Eat spaghetti with dogs.
Yeah.
The guys in your Tompkins Square Parks outside 7-Eleven.
Yeah, no, but...
which ones carry the bindle?
Those are hobos. Those are hobos. Because tramps are people who ride the rails too, or they can ride the rails. It's this whole...
You're making all this up. I don't believe it.
I know, I'm telling you. When I was there, I was like, wait, so... When you're around the campfire at night, I'm like, they talk about like, you know, what rails, because now it's totally different than it was 20, 40, 60 years ago.
There's some Amtrak all night?
No, they all their train cars. There's like, they're different types of the cars that they can ride on, certain ones. There was a hobo there, and they all have hobo names. That's the #1 thing.
Frog.
There's Frog, One Way, you know, like they have Dirty Jane or something. Yeah, Dirty Foot. Yeah,
a lot of dirty.
Yeah,
a lot of dirty prefixes.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy.
Did you get a hobo name out there?
Okay, so the difference at the hobo convention now is that there were all the younger hobos who just like kind of just drank all day, and then there's the older hobos who are just like obsessed with being hobos, and they might not even like ride the rails so much anymore. They might occasionally because they're like really old. And so the young hobos were in this one part, and
what are you talking? Stop yourself. Do you know what you're talking about right now?
Honestly,
hobo culture, guys. This is important. This is gonna be important.
The nouveau four. Those guys.
Blowing my mind while I was there, and they were like pretty friendly people. Oh my God, we had this guy that we met who lives in the woods. This crazy guy, and I was so nervous the first night. We were in this little town, BRIDEY, Iowa. You know, like 1,000 people, and for some reason they have 3 bars, which are open until 2 a.m., which is crazy because we're in the middle of nowhere in Iowa. And so we meet this hobo, and then we start talking to him, and he makes me lift. He's like, "Lift my pack! Lift my pack!" And I was like, okay. Like, I'm like so nervous and like the whitest guy ever, like so suburban, and I like lift. I'm like, and he's like, "Do I smell?" And I was like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't know like. If I was going to offend him, and I was like, I don't think so. And he was like, "I smell like a raccoon!" And I was like, oh, I guess you kind of do.
Smell like?
I know.
Don't hurt me, Mr. Dirty.
I know. And then he had a gun, and he pulled out his gun, and I was like, put that gun away. He was so drunk. It was scary, but it was fun.
Alcohol, guns, and hobos. They do not mix. But your stuff is awesome. And if you want to hear more about the hobo convention, you can check out that list. BuzzFeed, every day you're putting new stuff up. Guys, nice talking to you. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.